So we're spending a short bit of time in the updated Fiat 500 after the fresh facelift. This one is the Fiat 500 Pop. This is the TwinAir engine, so it's a little 2-cylinder turbocharged petrol engine, 900cc, so it's 0.9 litres. Power output 63 kilowatts, 145 newton meters. So not a lot of power, but then again it's a very small car. So on the outside there hasn't been too much that's changed. They have updated the headlights a little bit, made them quite a bit smaller. They've given it new LED daytime running lights up front that sort of mirror the zeros on the Fiat 500 badge styling. Round back they've changed the tail lights. You now have not really circular, but you have round tail lights that do have a centerpiece that is matched to the body color of your car. Inside though, there are a couple of big changes, namely this Uconnect infotainment screen right over here. That's probably going to be the biggest draw card over the previous generation 500, which did have an absolutely horrible system to use. This one's actually really good. You get decent Bluetooth connectivity, audio streaming. It is a small touchscreen setup. It's not going to be the greatest. It's not like the IntelliLink system that you get in the Opel Adam, but it is pretty good nonetheless. So Fiat 500 Pop, this is the automatic, which means that front engine drives the front wheels through a 5-speed automated manual transmission. The gearbox is a bit iffy, I'm going to be honest. I don't really like it at all. It tends to hold your first and second gears for quite some time. Obviously you don't have much power, so you need to be in sort of the boost range, but it's a really slow gearbox. And I'm going to come onto a straight empty piece of road here, accelerate, changes gears, you kind of get a jerking motion where it sort of holds off on the power, which isn't really comfortable at all. You tend to spend a lot of your time sitting bobbing forward and backwards as it changes gears. Really not the greatest in that regard. It could be a lot smoother if it was just a regular automatic rather than one of these automated manuals. So I think that's a big flaw there. It's also really not very economical. We've been spending 7 days with it now so far, and I haven't really been driving it hard at all. I've been spending time, a little bit of traffic, a little bit of cruising, not necessarily highway cruising either, which would sort of push the boundaries of what this car can do. And I'm currently sitting on 6.8 litres per 100k, so that's pretty heavy on fuel. I'm really not too pleased with that. However, the rest of the package is alright. It's not exactly a proper driver's car. You don't expect it to be. If you want that, get the Opel. You can have a look at our review for that on talkingcars.com. There are a couple of quirks that I don't really like about this. They haven't really updated the interior too much besides for that infotainment system. In this Pop spec, you do get rear park distance control. You also get this nifty glass sunroof. It doesn't open, so it's just for aesthetic purposes and to add a bit more light in. However, it does make the interior of the car very hot. The steering wheel, not much has changed. They've used the same old controls, they've just tweaked the way they look. The problem is though, you only have height adjustment on the steering wheel. You don't have any reach adjustment whatsoever. You combine that with a very high seating position in this chair, which isn't very supportive, and it's a bit awkward for taller drivers like myself. I have to sit with my knees hunched up if I want to reach the steering wheel correctly. But then again, the Italians have never really done seating positions properly. Suspension on this is actually alright. It's a lot softer than I would have expected. You get a lot of body roll around turns, but I think that's mainly amplified by the fact that you are sitting so high. But it's pretty comfortable. It absorbs all the little bumps and everything. It's a decent, fun little car to run around in. It looks quirky, especially in this yellow paint job we've got it in. Overall, it's an alright car, but I think the engine, decent enough, could be more economical. I think the gearbox really ruins it. If you are going to look at something like this as opposed to the Opel Adam or Citroen C1, or even the new Smart 4.2, I definitely think avoid the automated manual transmission at all costs. You definitely want a manual. I think if you're going to get the most out of the 2-cylinder engine, it's going to be with the manual transmission. It's going to make your life a lot easier too. So there you have it, the new Fiat 500 Pop TwinAir.